So, what do you think is going to be the economic impact when, or I hate to say when it hits Belize, but
it's here now.
I mean, well, how bad do you think we're going to get hit?
So
Like,
put it like this.
should I be really concerned about that?
Put it like this. Put it like this. We are currently at this moment. We're in a recession worldwide. And
I don't think people want to admit that, but we are.
No, listen to me. We are in a recession worldwide. The Dow in the last 2 weeks lost a total of about almost $10 trillion. Trillion dollars. We're not talking about billion. We're talking about $1 trillion. The United States is now talking about passing $1 trillion stimulus, which they're planning to send out $1,000 per each person just to keep the economy going. The airlines, that industry is crashing.
Cruise ship is
Cruise ship. I don't even think cruise ship will ever come back after this. I think this is the demise of the cruise ship industry. Tourism, that whole situation, tourism, is devastating to every country that relies on tourism.
Right,
and hence the reason we here at Change the Narrative has always emphasized the need to switch from any country to rely on tourism as a top moneymaker for the country, because it's too much variables and factors that can go left, that can derail the growth and the development of that industry. So
right, and hence the reason I'm so concerned about Belize, because tourism is our #1 industry.
Man, tourism, tourism, the airline industry, man, all of it, man. And to me, the craziest part about it is the supply chains has been stopped. I mean, China is the manufacturer of the world. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
China and a lot of Eastern countries, like in that area, are the manufacturers of the world, and a lot of the goods and services that a lot of us rely on are stuck in that area. They're not coming. These ships are not coming. So the demand right now is super high, but there's we cannot supply. We cannot meet the demand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, what's going on here in the States with us, as you can see, bars and restaurants are shut down. Schools are shut down.
Yep.
And for me, I went to court trying to get one of my tenants evicted. The courts are shut down. I can't even evict this dude. This man living in my house right now for free for the last 2 months. I can't even evict him. And I don't even know when I'll be able to evict him.
It's real. And for me and for you as entrepreneurs, it's scary times.
It's scary times.
Well, it's scary times for everyone, because the ones who do have a job, it's scary times for them too, because businesses aren't making no money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This little $1,000 they're talking about, handing down to people. I mean, $1,000 is a lot of money. I don't want to. It seems like it's not a lot of money, but a lot of us, our lifestyle, it surpassed what that money can do for us at this point. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, like, we don't know when this will turn back around, and I don't know if it will ever turn back around, because again, the movie industry will never be the same ever again. Tourism, how people, just travel will not be the same again. Like I said, we will have to bail out the airline companies.
Yeah, we can't afford to allow that to just go. It's kind of like the auto industry, how in the last recession we had to do that bailout here.
Correct. Well, on the flip side, since we also want to talk about our folks in Belize, it will crush our economy. I mean, let's put it in perspective. Belize was already in a recession before this situation.
Right.
And the crazy part about this, Kim, is there's no stimulus Belize can do to get them out of this situation. If Belize government will give everybody $1,000 right now, it still will not help, because the problem is, once you have the disease within your masses, people automatically stop going out to shop. People are not getting out their home to go, to do anything. And if you can't go out to go and purchase goods, then the goods are useless.
Right.
Or you're only purchasing essentials.
That's it.
Then the whole system will collapse.
Yeah, it's the domino effect.
It's a continuous domino effect.
Yeah,
I wish the government of Belize can sit down and explain this to them. Like they talking about, they got $1 million Belize. That's a chump change, man. That's a drop in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to figure out a way to get people to start to consume again, because once it hits. And again, a lot of the lower end people who, you know what I mean, the lower skilled workers, more than likely you won't have a job. The people who rely on tourism.
Yeah.
The people who work in the airline industry. The people who work in the hotel industry.
Food, hotel.
All
that.
The food.
Yeah.
You know, all these industries we're talking about, you know what I mean, will be affected for the next year.
Yeah.
And Belize doesn't have the resources or the financial backing to take care of all these industries. So there's a possibility, I hate to be
the bearer of
bad news. There's a possibility that Belize can go into a depression.
Oh boy.
And this is the truth.
Yeah.
And I know that's the reason
why. You look at the impact on the U.S.,
yeah,
it's hard.
This is the reason why I think Dean
that.
Barrow and Mr. Bersina they understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already know once the domino effect happens, it's a wrap. And because we're so close knitted together, a virus like that will run through Belize. That's what I'm saying. The number quick.
Oh my
God. The numbers will be off the charts.
Yeah.
And like we stated before, our medical system will not be able to handle it. Financially, we don't even have savings. Most Belizeans can't even find $1,000 right now in case of emergency.
No.
Now you can imagine everything shuts down, right? And you can't get your basic food and basic, groceries, necessities to take care of yourself and your family. What are we going to do? And this is one of the things, man, like, it hits me because it's like we're so hell-bent in joining this new way of life, this fast way of life. But one of the things growing up in Belize taught us, man, was to be self-reliant.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere down the road,
we lost it.
We lost that. We lost who we are as a people. And because we lost that, this generation has no chance in this type of situation. I'm dead serious.
It's true.
We have no chance in this type of situation. And it's time for people to understand this is not a game. This is not a game. This is not something you can just laugh and joke away. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing worse than when your kids are crying, hungry, sick, and you don't have the resources or the means to do anything about it.
Yeah. Man.
I mean, it sounds crazy, man, but
it sounds scary.
Yeah.
It's scary times.
It's scary, but it's scary, but this is what we're facing right now in the States. Like I said, we are currently we are quarantined right now.
Mm-hmm.
We had a vacation plan to go to Jamaica. We couldn't even go. No. And it wasn't because we couldn't go there, because we know that Jamaica have a couple cases too. But the problem is coming back in, because the economic impact it will have on us. We don't have the resource to be quarantined for 14 days.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's also the risk.
That's too much of a high risk.
Yeah, going there with a child as well.
Right.
You know, at airport and an airplane.
Right, and he's playing with a lot of other kids, and he can. It's just the risk is too risky. High. So that trip has to be canceled. Yeah.
And we couldn't even postpone it.
No, we had to cancel.
We have no idea.
We have no idea
when anything will turn around.
When that will turn around.
Hell, they're talking about school might be out the rest of the year. I mean, that's telling right there. It's like our lives have significantly changed, and it's tough, man.
And, I'm sitting there thinking about the whole financial situation back in Belize, man. And it's really bothering me because, like I said, our parents are there right now.
Both of us. Both
our parents are there. My mom is there right now. You know what I mean? She's not in the best of health right now. You know, and I'm just like, I'm so super worried because it's like, what do you do, man? what do you do in this situation? Like, how do you explain this to people in a way that is not too scary,
right,
but at the same time let them understand?
Well, we're trying right now.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like gloom and doom,
but it is.
But we do want to emphasize it and make it sound a little bit like that, because people have to realize that it is serious.
And again,
and that when it hits Belize,
right,
we have to do everything in our power and follow the rules.
I feel bad for the